Have you ever asked yourself about the true meaning of life? Hi, I'm Gabby from the Theo app, an app that helps parents live their faith with their children. This question was once asked by a young Roman called Gregory. He had it all. He had influence, he had prestige, he had money, he had an influential family, and he even had a promising political career in the Roman Empire. At only 30 years old, he was already perfect for the city, which was the highest authority in the Roman Empire. You know what? Even though he had everything, something inside his heart was uneasy. And one time, he was deeply in prayer and he asked God, "Is this all that you want from me?" And then, in the stillness of prayer, he could hear clearly the voice of God that said, "Come, follow me." That young man who seemed to have everything had forgotten the most important thing: living for God. He left behind everything and became a monk. He even founded a lot of monasteries. Years later, against his own will, he was chosen as Pope. And today we remember him as Gregory the Great, one of the doctors of the church and one of the most influential people in the Christian faith. And here is the most important part. Gregory's story is not just the story of the past, but it's a mirror for us today. Because just like him, we can appear to have everything, but feel a deep void in our heart, like something is missing. Gregory teaches us that we can never be satisfied with the earthly things because our heart was made for the eternal. We can have everything. We can have money, we can have power, we can have recognition, but if we're not living in that dream that God has placed in our hearts, we will forever feel a void that nothing else will be able to fill it. And this dream is nothing that we invent. It is a gift that God has given to us. And it is only revealed when we ask God, what was I born for? Parents, here is our challenge. Are we teaching our kids to ask that question? Because let me tell you, the world will be constantly telling them, you need to produce, you need to work, you need to accumulate, you need to be this and that and this and the other. But if we do not guide them to look up, to look higher, they will think that their value depends on their achievements. That journey begins when a child knows that his life has a higher meaning, when they understand that they weren't created to meet human expectations. They were made to fulfill a mission that only God can reveal. See, if from a very young age our children can learn to listen to His voice, they will be able to resist the lie that the world tries to sell us on a happiness that does not last. What you heard today was just a little part of Saint Gregory's life. Imagine everything your children can learn with the whole story.